Publicly, I just wanted to acknowledge the great job, say congratulations to Holly Albanese. She's very passionate about the library and the services that they provide and offer to our community.
Flagler County Administrator Heidi Petito giving credit where credit is due, as Flagler County secured $4 million for its innovative Nexus Center. This dynamic facility will serve as a dual-purpose space, accommodating both a state-of-the-art library and the county's Vital Health and Human Services Department. The funding is part of a broader initiative totaling $223 million aimed at enhancing broadband internet accessibility for all residents of Florida. Flagler County has another $9.6 million earmarked for this project and another $1 million in revenue from the library's passport program. The county also secured a $500,000 state grant last year. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, February 8th.
And I'm going to mention more on this, but I'm afraid I'll forget it to not be able to zing the fire chief here. Because that's how, we all work together, is we pick at each other and have a little fun at breakfast and so forth. He's proud of the 14,000 plus calls for service, and he should be proud of that. It's a very busy fire department. We answered 118,000 calls last year.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley poking fun at Fire Chief Kyle Berryhill. Darrell Moody has a closer look at the report from the area's first responders during Palm Coast's recent State of the City address.
Sheriff Staley says his deputies both serve and work with their community.
And that's how we've been able to decrease crime since 2017 by 54%. And that's attributed to the men and women and the partnership that we have with the City of Palm Coast and the Board of County Commissioners.
He says their effort has borne fruit.
Recently, Palm Coast was named the second safest city in Florida, and AutomatelIfe.net recently listed Palm Coast as the 39th safest city in the United States.
For his part, Chief Berryhill says his department is growing with the community.
We're going to be establishing a new Seminole Woods fire station that will bolster our emergency response capabilities and ensure swift assistance when you need it most.
Berryhill says that commitment extends beyond Flagler County.
In the face of challenges such as Hurricane Ian and Nicole, we stood firm, responding to disaster declarations and extending vital services to neighboring communities and even all the way to Fort Myers Beach area.
Tomorrow we'll highlight Palm Coast's Citizen of the Year. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Darrell Moody.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A case of murderous domestic violence in Flagler County has resulted in a lengthy sentence for the killer.
A case that began 18 months ago in Flagler County has seen justice at its best with the sentencing of 34-year-old Brennan Hill after being convicted of killing Savannah Loren Gonzalez. More details from Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
About 18 months ago, deputies investigated a shooting where the suspect attempted to manipulate the evidence and claimed he was trying to get his injured girlfriend help when in fact he was being a dirtbag and trying to protect himself by hiding his gun. The victim died 18 months later and the suspect was ultimately charged with second-degree murder. He was convicted, and this week he was sentenced to life in prison, which is exactly where he needs to be based on all the evidence.
Sheriff Staley adds, while no amount of justice can replace the loved one the family lost, we hope Savannah's family can take some comfort knowing that Hill will be locked up for life behind bars to forever remember what he did to her and the pain he caused. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
What's the best and the worst part about the job of an Ag Crimes Unit member?
Flagler County Sheriff's Deputy Steve Williams says there are a couple of things he calls the best parts of the job.
Working with the animals and having the freedom to be I'm all over the county. I'm not just stuck in one little spot.
And what's the worst part of the job?
The worst part of the job is having to charge somebody with neglect for having an animal and just purposely not caring for them the way they should.
Williams said that if there's no animal-related incident going on, he's patrolling the parks within the county. Speaking of Animals is on WNZF Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock, and it's on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow you can ride horses on the beaches. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.